Offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
That's good for the Cardinals. First down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Big ass. We go. Check three.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Murray. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Allen Bailey able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Murray now, 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Off play action. Newton. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Atlanta.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Gun.
Now Newton on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Just beating the play clock is Newton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. They do go for it. It's Murray. Able to find Isabella. And he's into the clear. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.